So what we're doing is we're waiting on some Surge ordered by Amber on Amazon to become cold in the freezer.
What is Surge? Is like Mountain Dew?
Shut up.
What
just wait.
Okay.
Just fucking wait, please. What is this? It was 10 seconds before you started interjecting.
I just asked what it is.
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay. Continue.
I'm tempted to just restart the whole fucking episode.
Why you want to restart the whole episode?
I don't understand why you can't just let me say something without interject. Of course, I'm going to explain what Surge is.
All right. Yeah.
All right. It's a soda. Surge is a soda that it was popular in the 1990s with fat kids and normal children alike.
Okay.
It was big at the pool. I remember seeing a Surge vending machine at the pool and
yeah, but what
thinking to myself, wow, this is the future we're living in, you know? It's gone are the days of boring bullshit sodas like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. This shit's green. It's exploding. Everything's loud. Everything in the late 90s, when I was an 8-year-old boy, if you weren't fucking screaming it at the top of your lungs all the time, you were fucking dead.
Yeah.
That's how you knew you were alive. And then things got so extreme that the Slim Jim guy flew a fucking plane into the Twin Towers, and that's how the 90s ended.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Nope, different Slim Jim guy. But he also died in a crash. He had a heart attack driving his no-door Jeep Wrangler and smashed it into a fucking tree. So one, I love that, his heart exploded. Two, Wrangler, that's the best bro car because it's not safe at all.
Yeah,
there's no
doors.
There's no
it's
doors.
Like you're driving a roller coaster without the sides on it and shit.
Yeah,
why did they
somebody took
no
like
doors?
a Coleman camping tent and put a fucking engine in it, and that's what a Jeep Wrangler is. It's for delivering the mail, fighting the Nazis, and then
Chill Cali vibes.
on your way to date rape girls,
Right, driving around in a tank top with other dudes.
Yeah, guy. It's a cool car for guys whose only sense of humor is sarcastically dismissing everything that anyone else says. That's cool that you said that. Actually, yeah, totally. Actually, it's not. Psych. So. One of those dudes. That's who
what does
drives
Surge
it.
taste like, though? You still haven't.
It's first of all, okay?
I don't think I've ever had one.
You've never had a Surge?
No, I've had vanilla Coke.
Did you not drink soda growing up?
I wasn't much of a soda drinker.
You grew up in a bitch household.
Yeah,
no soda household.
Yeah, like
dude,
bad
Surge
cereals.
Fucking ruled. I remember being excited about it.
Wait, what does it taste like, though?
It's like a lemon lime.
Okay, that's all I asked.
No, here's a little bit of history. I don't know if it's accurate or not. This is just based on my experiences as a soda man. So Surge was hugely popular. They got rid of Surge for some reason. It went away. People were like, what the fuck happened to Surge? And this is before the internet. I mean, there was the internet back then, but it was all child porn and model train websites.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the guys on the model train and child porn websites, they were like, what happened to Surge? And Pepsi was like, oh, we just lost our biggest fan base is,
pedophiles.
Guys that fuck kids and make tiny planes. So they made Vault, I think, was the replacement for Surge, which actually was a lot better than Surge. If you've ever had Vault, that was a great soda. And then they got rid of that, too. And then all of these Remember the 90s retards complained about Surge not being around anymore, so they brought it back on Amazon. So you can get Surge on Amazon now. They only sell it in tall boy size.
Cool.
So they encourage you to drink too much soda.
Yeah.
Which is makes sense to me, I think. Like, if you're going to smoke a cigarette, you don't want one of those pussy filtered cigarettes.
Yeah, you want 100.
I want an unfiltered 100. Unfiltered, I take a Newport 100 and I cut the filter out. You ever know one of those idiots?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are the best. Yeah, dog, I love dying.
Well, it's also like,
I'm trying to get cancer.
Cigarette means like small cigar. So just smoke a cigar if a cigarette isn't enough for you. Like, why are you trying to jack back up the cigarette to cigar levels?
You can't inhale cigars, though. It's too harsh.
Yeah. That's funny when people don't know that, and they think you're just supposed to smoke a fucking cigar.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, that
pass
happens
out.
to, I think, everyone the first time they smoke a cigar.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got the Surge cooling up in the freezer. We got another 3 minutes on it.
Remember when everyone thought that it lowered your sperm count?
Yeah, also it is
Mountain Dew. They
And
said,
like 10-year-olds would be like, "Oh no, man, my sperm," because I'm fucking all the time.
Yeah. All of my sperm to have another 10-year-old boy to be my friend, and then I don't have to hang out with my Nintendo. I can have my own boy to myself. But the Surge is ruining my cum.
Yeah,
my childish cum. But I had one of the Surges already. Obviously, I can't have the Surge because it's all sugar. But I had one in upstate New York a year ago. I didn't know that they brought Surge back, so I went into a store and they had a can of Surge, and I was like, I can't believe this shit. They brought Surge back, and I sending pictures of it to people, and I had the Surge with a Reese's peanut butter cup, and then it was like, this is just disgusting.
yeah.
There's no...
Did you feel like you had to take a nap afterwards?
No, it just tasted like shit, and it tastes, it's just candy. And, what I prefer now as an adult is a nice... The thing that shit rules as a kid because you haven't done heroin yet.
Yeah.
And then once you do heroin, fuck a sperm count, Just do heroin.
You don't need to fuck.
I don't need Surge.
Yeah,
What I need is some nice,
horse.
Some fucking smack. That's
Some
that good
junk.
shit. That dinosaur.
Should we do a heroin
Let me get
episode?
that
Comes
fucking
out?
bone.
We should all get
Cocaine
strung
Cowboys 3, we accidentally do heroin.
Well, I tell you what, dude. I got some heroin in the freezer cooling down for me and Jake.
out. 90s heroin.
Do you need
Ordered
heroin
off the
cold?
internet.
Is that a
The
thing?
90s era, we're going to sit around. We're going to play Pokemon on our Game Boy Bigs. Our big-ass Game Boys. We're going to do heroin. It's going to be just like being 8 years old all over again.
I watched that heroin movie last week, the Al Pacino Needle Park movie. Have you seen that movie?
I've seen it.
The Panic
I
in
turned it
Needle
off
Park.
after about 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah, it's not very plot driven. It's just they just do a lot of heroin the whole time.
Bryant Park used to be fucked up, dude.
It's weird. It's the Upper West Side.
Bryant Park it's funny you go there now and it's like a nice library.
72nd and Broadway?
They have like the Sony Expo where fat tourists can try on a PlayStation VR, and they have these like events there. And that used to be like, all the parks in New York City used to be a fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get back to that. How do we get back to cool New York?
I feel like if I got like a girlfriend that convinced me to start doing heroin, that's
I guess
the
it
only
happened.
way.
I live right next to a park, and people get murdered there sometimes.
Von King?
Yeah, there was a murder there last year.
That's where I take my dog, dude.
Yeah, there was a couple of murders.
Really? At the dog run?
Hopefully it's
You know what
now.
my friend told me? He was at the dog run at Von King with his dog, and he saw a pit bull in a wife beater.
Oh, that's cute, man.
That seems like a story you would make up. That's
No,
weird that
my
your friend
friend-
made that story up.
Yeah, no,
instead
no,
of you
Dion.
fictionalizing that story.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You make up stories.
What story did I
Every
make up?
time, dude. There's got to be. He does that thing Chris does,
Yeah.
where he's like on the bus and he sees a guy who who had half an afro, and Chris is like, he had an arm coming out of his head. It's like, all right, sure.
Yeah.
What is the what? How is
No,
how
it's
is
a
that
sign of a
analogous
good
with an arm coming
it's a
out
sign
of a
of a
head?
good. You're getting upset because I'm calling you a liar.
Yes,
which you-
and a fraud.
which you are, but you have to understand in other cultures that just makes you a good storyteller. Like if we were sitting around some doo-doo hut in the middle of Africa, people would be like, you gotta Adam, he can talk to God, he has all these great stories that he comes up with his beautiful mind, and you'd have some kind of headdress or whatever. But in America, you're just a liar, which is fine, and I'm trying to be more, multicultural.
That's a
so
mean compliment.
I'm appreciating you.
You're giving me a mean compliment right now.
As the waziri of our, is that a Nigerian rank?
No, Waziristan is in Afghanistan.
No,
right?
Waziri was the name
Or
of Waziri was the
Pakistan.
name of an African guy in a movie I watched one time.
Waziri is the name of a soda from the 90s.
Hell
that
yeah,
got
dude.
discontinued. That I'm about to drink.
Now, what is Waziri? What does that taste like?
Well, you're such a fucking asshole.
I'm not an asshole, dude.
Yes, you are an asshole.
Oh,
You're
yeah, you
in
saw a
public.
pit bull wearing a fucking wife beater.
My friend Dion saw a pit bull wearing a wife beater.
my friend Dion, quote unquote.
You've met him.
Yeah, sure. Adam's black friend
You
that he knows
fucking
from
asshole, dude.
Jewish summer camp.
No. Shut
His
the fuck
dear
up.
friend Dion.
You piece of shit.
Dion
All right,
Smigel.
let's hear about lifting weights. Let's talk about what you want to talk about constantly, about different positions that you could lift weights in. Yeah, I was doing a squatting position that enhances your breasts. I'm doing breast push-ups. I'm doing natural.
If you look at the show map, that's not happening for another 30 minutes.
Oh, fuck the list.
That's
dude.
when we're talking
Fuck
about
the list.
That's in B block.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
First of all,
weird.
you know what's funny about this is you also try to lift weights. You're just very bad at it.
I didn't
you had
try
a
to
2-week
lift
period where some Italian man was like softly caressing your body, teaching you how to deadlift because you
He
know
wasn't softly caressing my body. He
you have
was
no hip mobility.
helping me with positive reinforcement. And that's actually what I respond to most. Not people saying that I'm a fraud in the style of some sort of African. It was not a compliment.
It was a compliment,
Oh,
dude.
fuck off.
First of all, you're
I
from
miss Stav
Africa.
so much.
You're from Africa.
I miss Stav.
Stav would be agreeing with me, you fucking retard.
Yeah, it's true.
What,
He has no
you
spine.
think if Stav
You're
was
right.
here, he'd be like, we got to stop being mean to Adam.
No, he has no spine. You're absolutely right.
It's not that he doesn't have a spine.
No, he has no spine. Well, it's just covered in fat.
Yeah, Stav is actually originally 6'7", but his body decalcified and consumed his spine to make
food.
way for more for more width.
All the cartilage in his body has been eaten as a means of sustenance.
I wonder what his bones look like. Sometimes I look at him and I just imagine his skeleton while we're talking. And it's in a very cartoon way where it starts just an inch below the surface of his skin.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's got a thick layer.
His skeleton just looks like Pete, Goofy's friend.
But Pete was massive. At least you can sell that kind of body type if you're like 6'5".
Yeah.
If you're like a Samoan guy, you look cool that way.
Was Pete massive?
Yeah, he was a Samoan cat. He was a big Samoan.
Is Pete a cat or a dog?
Oh, maybe he was a dog.
I could never tell. Because I feel like Pete was a cat, but then the son was a dog.
Pete's son? Yeah. He would like tell Goofy how to be a bit more like a disciplinarian.
Yeah. Speaking of Stav not being here, thank God he was not in on that drywall job.
Oh, yeah. He wanted to turn it into one of his gay photo shoots.
It would have been a gay photo shoot. There would have been a bunch of candy wrappers stuck in the wall while it was drying.
There would have been like
I thought you meant he would
chocolate
just
smears down
smash
drywall
through the wall like the Kool-Aid man.
That somebody suggested that's how
we destroy the wall.
The wall.
Yeah. That would have been fun.
Fatly do his Kool-Aid man impression.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that surge real quick for Jake. You guys can talk for a second. I feel like you guys haven't had your own crosstalk this entire time.
Oh yeah,
It's been a rather combative podcast.
It's always combative.
It's always combative.
This is
You
Cum
gotta
Town,
come,
baby.
You got to come with your brass knuckles. You got to come with your lead pipes because you're coming for a street fight.
You got to come with all those tools that Adam doesn't know how to use.
All right. I just wasn't sure where I should jump in. Like if I should just really...
You should defend me. That's what you should do.
That wasn't.
And you should use.
That wasn't my inclination at all. I was
No.
more like, do I jump in on top of Adam? Is that too mean?
No, what you should do. Yes, it is too mean. And what you should do is use your years of knowledge on Nick's.
Check that out.
Nick's
Here,
flaws and weaknesses.
Let him
Yeah.
Adam feel this can. That's perfectly chilled.
But
If there's one thing true
I gotta
about
give
me,
you
it's I know how to exactly chill a nice can of soda.
freezer chill a soda.
Yeah.
Flash
You
chill.
go 30 minutes on top of the ice cube tray, fellas, because cold air
It is
rises
citrus.
into the soda.
With other natural flavors. Let's see. For one can, which is one serving, it's 56 grams of sugar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought.
But it's
we
got
didn't-
no
I thought we
fat.
didn't want to hear about nutrition stuff, Adam. That was boring, quote unquote. Something about breast development.
Yeah, you do breast push-ups or something.
I don't do breast push-ups.
Oh, I'm so tired, dude. I can't do a set at the show tonight. I've been doing breast push-ups all day.
what does a
I've been
breast
in
push-up
heads- I've been-
entail?
It's a thing that Adam thinks is a funny way.
No,
to say.
you've been trying to make your breasts larger with heavy weights.
I literally don't do any
I mean,
chest
you have to
exercises.
sit here.
That'd be
Listen.
cool if you had big tits, though.
Yeah, it would be.
That would kick ass. Why do
Yeah.
you think that's not cool, Adam?
I don't think it's.
Well,
I
Adam
think
have
it's
your own
fine for
tits.
him to do whatever he wants.
Adam's transphobic.
But for me to,
so.
that's not a transphobic.
He's a transphobic person. He doesn't like men with breasts.
What do I say?
Which
No.
in an African culture would be seen as wise.
It means you have wealth.
It's true.
I'm trying to just view you in the context of your native African culture. And that way, seeing you as a liar and a cheat, you're actually sort of this mystic witch doctor figure in your native country.
Speaking of me being
sort of a genderless, bone through his nose. He's cooking down chicken feathers into some kind of potion to use on the local children. Which is fine. That's all fine.
Okay, fine. But speaking of me being a cheat, Nick and I picked up a sofa yesterday.
Oh, we did. We got to talk about that sofa.
Yeah, we got to
lay it on me.
The sofa.
He got this sofa on Craigslist, $500. It was $10,000 sofa. And he got for $500 from some rich lady
in Fort Greene.
Or just this giant Corella DeVille mansion, brownstone house.
It was incredible, that apartment.
She's got just like a toilet, like a loose toilet in there.
Yeah, an open concept floor plan toilet.
Yeah, there was just a toilet sitting there, but like a spiral staircase, 2 floors.
It was incredible.
These big doors that you needed a special tool to unlock from the top.
Because they're like 15-foot doors.
Yeah, there was like 35-foot ceilings in there, and she's just some rich white lady with like a very soft South Indian boyfriend.
Was that her boyfriend or just a friend?
I think I don't know.
I don't get it.
I assume rich people don't really fuck, or if they do, they sort of just dryly plug their genitals into each other.
I feel the opposite. I feel like they fuck real crazy.
Yeah, I don't think
so. Fucking is free fun for poor people. Rich people are too weird and neurotic to really enjoy.
Rich people do dumb shit like sell a $10,000 couch for $500 on Craigslist.
I think I'm going to sell the couch.
Yeah.
It's too big.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'm going to sell it for a profit, Nick. And there's nothing you could do about it.
Why would I give a shit about you selling something for a profit?
The Jewish inflection he just used was to imply the stinginess, right?
Thank you.
That's not stinginess. That's good business.
Thank you. I am good at business.
Stinginess would be, you're not allowed to sit on my couch. Excuse me, it's $10 to sit on the couch because it's lowering the value of it every time you sit on it. That's annoying behavior.
It is
making a smart play. That's what I'm concerned with. Anytime I see any deal, I say, "What's the play here?
What's the play? What's the smart money? What's the smart money on?
What's the smart money on the couch?" And the couch is that rich lady who's getting her V softly. I did have sort of a
fantasy. I went to go check out the couch.
And she nice Indian man with very smooth, soft, silky arm hair.
And tits.
Yeah, just breasts. Just a triangle-titted,
he wasn't a
soft
fat guy, but he
hair.
had tits.
Yeah. Well, it's from being vegetarian. That's why they're all like that.
Up.
No, I mean it is.
It's all
they don't eat. Yeah, they get all the estrogen from all the I guess
like tofu.
The doilies they eat. They eat children's panties. That's a traditional Indian diet.
A bunch of flowers and shit.
Yeah, eating dandelions and fucking packing peanuts as part of their, cultural whatever.
Yo, when I went over though, and she opened up, she had that completely empty, rich, amazing apartment on Fort Greene Park. She walked me through it, and then she led me up the spiral staircase. And the only thing in the apartment was that couch. I really was hoping that she would rape me right there and then. Just with
Adam thinks that every woman wants to have sex with him.
I don't think that every woman wants to have sex with me. I think that there is a vibe thing that is discernible with some women.
He's like that guy. What women want,
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Where the only thing women think is that they want to fuck Mel Gibson.
Oh, that movie about that schizophrenic man.
Yeah,
who is just talking to himself the whole movie.
I like that movie. I don't think it's that bad.
You can hear Mel Gibson's thoughts, and it's not just filled with racial slurs.
Yeah.
That'd be a better movie. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a copy of What Women Want, and I'm going to re-edit it and title it What Mel Gibson Thinks. And we're just going to hear his internal monologue the whole movie.
There's a fedora dance sequence in the middle of it where he's listening to Sinatra and doing Showtime hat flips. It's pretty impressive.
We'll redo the scene where he's fucking that woman and she's saying that his dick is small in her head. And he goes into the bathroom and he has to have like a pep talk to make his dick bigger, which works somehow.
What's the movie? He can hear women's thoughts.
Yeah.
Wait, he can make his dick bigger?
Yeah.
What gypsy curse happened to him at the beginning of the movie?
The movie should be called "The Man Who Could Make His Dick Bigger on Command."
Yeah.
That would be a better movie. But no, you just redo that scene. But it's like he's reading her thoughts, and she's like, "This reminds me of how much better it was that time I fucked the black guy." And then he's like, "Ah, God!" He goes in the bathroom and he's just screaming the N-word in there. She's like, "Are you all right?" And he comes back out and he's got like, he's Frankensteined off some. He jumped out the window and assaulted some black homeless guy and
he
stitched his dick onto his.
Yeah.
And wow, you could do that.
That would be. I could edit that scene into the movie.
Wow,
using
that would be funny.
Using iMovie.
That'd be very funny.
Yeah, and it's still called What Women Want. They want Mel Gibson with a black dick that he stole off a person he murdered. The perfect man.
And then it's just a 2-hour rape scene.
What women want.
That'd be a great movie.
See, that was very funny and not on your list. Let me just add that.
Yeah, I know. The list is just there just in case, we forget to talk about fitness or smart plays in the business world.
Smart plays.
Yeah.
Speaking of the list, this is a perfect time to segment into our obligatory notes review. How do you guys feel about the notes so far? Are they good, bad?
I think the notes are I think if we in the last episode, I think we were too orthodox with the notes. We just went through them one by one. I think the strength of Cum Town is the free-flowing.
Well, it's certainly not you. We know that.
But
moving on. Here's the thing on the notes that I wanted to talk about. The cops haven't shot anyone in a while, and I can't think of a single instance in the Trump administration of unarmed black guy being shot by the police. Mm-hmm. Does that mean Donald Trump fixed the problem?
I think he fixed it.
He fixed the problem, and no one's giving him credit for that. I mean, we're almost like a year in now, and there hasn't been a single Trayvon incident.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, I haven't heard of one guy named Trayvon getting shot by the
Obama
police.
was dropping dudes.
Yeah, left and right.
I mean, he was just, he was with his homie David Clark.
Yeah.
They're good friends. They're secret friends.
Darren Wilson, his boy.
Darren Wilson. Well, Darren Wilson's not.
Arpaio. I've been thinking about a lot lately. The beginning of the Drew Carey show, except he's going Arpaio, Pio,
instead of Ohio.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I got it down here later, but you know what I've been thinking about a lot in that sort of vein is, the Anne Frank house.
Yeah.
Like Dean Warmer from Animal House saying Anne Frank House, like he says Animal House. Anne Frank House!
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. I'm putting you on double secret probation, Anne. That'd be a good movie, right? Anne Frank House, and it's about a fraternity.
Anne Frank frat prank.
Yeah, a sorority of Anne Franks.
Frat prank.
And they get busted by the Nazis because they're partying too loud.
Yeah. Just partying in the attic. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's how they got in trouble, dude. They were just they're doing beer
smoking
too many bongs. Yeah. Just ripping bingers and fucking and stuff.
Like Anne Frank goes up to a bunch of her friends in the labor camp she's in, and she's got a bunch of Zyklon B in her mouth, and she goes, "Look, I'm a human zit," and then she just sprays the poison. All over their face.
That's cool.
I don't remember much else from Animal House other than the human zit bit. And
there's a parade thing at the end.
I don't know, but that movie has combined with Revenge of the Nerds in my head.
It's the same shit.
Being my entire understanding of what college is. There was maybe a 5-minute period where I was like, I want to go to college, and it was immediately after viewing those two movies.
Yeah, it's true.
And then never again, really.
Well, in American colleges, nerds rule.
Well,
everyone knows
the thing that happens is you think all that shit's awesome, and then you turn 14 and 15, and you're like, oh, I can just drink and do all that shit now.
Yeah, you don't have to go to college.
I don't have to go to college to do that.
For some reason, I really believed in the hazing. I thought they just raped you the first day you got to college.
There was a story I just read about that in West Texas. All these boys are being raped by the football team. Which does that come up in Friday Night Lights? Because I would start watching that show.
No, it's not in there,
dude. This story's hilarious. It's some bullshit. Texas has all these towns where the median income is $2.8 million a year.
In West Texas?
All over Texas.
Yeah,
I think mostly around Dallas, but it's
East Texas is the real fucked up part.
What do you mean?
Just that's where Viter is. The
racist. Yeah. But I'm talking about these towns in Texas where they've been farmland forever, and then in the last 20 years,
oil or something,
oil and tech and shit. But then they just like decide to make a town, you know, and then it's a town that attracts like millionaires, and so it's like half ranch families, and then half like multi-millionaires. That just
why does it attract millionaires?
Because Texas is like there's no income tax for starters, so you
and
keep
one
way
day
more
a
money.
Year they don't. There's no police.
Yeah,
they do
purge.
a purge.
Yeah.
That's cool. I would move there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Texas is pretty cool. I like Texas.
Everybody's dream down there is to make a shit ton of money and then just move off into like the desert and just like start a compound.
Yeah.
Like there's so much space down there and everyone's like so weird and like states rightsy that like that's just everyone just wants to be sitting like alone with guns just pointed in all directions and shit.
Are there more Mexican people in West Texas?
You know, you have enough property when you can take a sniper rifle and fire it in any direction from the middle of your property and not go to jail.
Yeah,
that's how much property you should have.
You might be white.
Yeah,
you might be a white person.
You might be a retard. If you have an extra chromosome in your brain, you might be a retard.
If your mom drank while you were in a womb.
If you put another man's penis in your ass, you might be a faggot.
Man,
Jeff Foxworthy. Jeff says Fagsworthy. How about that as a
he probably says fag, right?
Of course he does.
All those guys, that's like the subtle, this is a subtext of their entire act.
Are the blue-collar boys still going out there on the road?
No,
still
that
doing
ended
their
10
thing?
years ago.
That ended 10 years ago?
Yeah, I think Ron White still does shit sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, well, anyhow, we were saying, so there's these...
the football.
These football teams where, like, they always interview the moms, too, and the moms are the best to interview because, like, a story about, like, her son not having, like, the school not providing the right year's textbook, she delivers with the same tone as, like, my son was violently sodomized in the locker room. It's always that same level of concerned parent tone, and you hear it more often than not with bullshit complaints. Mm-hmm. So when a mom's like, I'm sorry, I just don't think my son should be sodomized by the teachers. It just sounds like she doesn't give a shit because you don't give a shit about 90% of the things that woman complains about. You know, like they shouldn't have pizza for lunch in the cafeteria. That's not a healthy choice. My son shouldn't be bent over a radiator and fucked by the assistant coach. I'm sorry, that's just my personal opinion.
Why is it always a radiator?
What's that?
All these rape stories. It's always people getting bent over radiators.
Because it's the perfect. It's waist height.
Uh-huh.
You think about what's in a basement. You know, an old box of clothes hangers.
Not a bucket, upturned bucket.
That's too short.
Mm-hmm.
A radiator is at waist height. If you're going to get bent over something in a basement, it's either a radiator or one of those horizontally positioned hot water heaters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't flow. Doesn't fly off the tongue.
Yeah, to get raped on a hot water.
Maybe an old ping pong table.
Yeah.
The hood.
Yeah, there are a lot of things you can get bent over. The hood of a Buick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that song, 50 Ways
to Rape
Someone. to rape your lover.
That band, Hot Water Music.
Yeah.
That's
Suck on a dick, Rick. Over a table, Mabel. Over a radiator, Johnny Ader.
Oh, man.
That's pretty fun. A lot of rape jokes this episode. I feel like that's not my fault. The New York City Council elections are coming up. This is an article in the New York Times today.
They're still doing that?
Yeah, the local elections. Check out these people's names here. We got Helen Rosenthal, Marjorie Velasquez, Francisco Moya, Carlos Menchaca, and Keith Powers. I know who I'm voting for.
Is it Keith Powers?
Of course. Look at that name.
Yeah.
What a disappointing face.
Look at his face, man.
Yeah, I know. He looks like Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks like Pinky, too, a little bit. He looks like both of them.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this man looks like a rat.
And
a weird
genius.
balloon.
What are they
headed
running
rat.
for, these people?
I don't
lives.
know, dude. One of those like positions, those SimCity politician positions. Remember you play SimCity and they have the newspaper come up sometimes, and you'd be like, "What the fuck? I'm not reading. The
I feel
news.
like-
I'm trying to game,
I feel like
dude. Don't make me read news.
Yeah.
I
I'm
feel
trying
like
to game here.
Or like in Kingdom Hearts, they make you get a job at the beginning of the game, and you're like in the game, and you have to go to work.
I didn't play
Or-
Kingdom Hearts.
was that with like Mickey Mouse?
Yeah,
and stuff?
it's
Yeah.
like what if Final Fantasy was even gayer?
Yeah, it totally
How do we
is.
gay up Final Fantasy? Oh
It's-
yeah, we'll put Donald Duck in it.
It's cool. Like the problem is, it's cool as shit for like one level, and then the next level, you're just like, you have to help Winnie the Pooh get like some honey out of a pot, and you're like, but I just fought a dragon, and all this cool shit was happening, and you can't get to more of the game.
Yeah,
And it's
that.
like not violent because it's like baby characters.
yeah, it's for
I-
babies.
You
It's a
know,
game for babies.
there's some
Yeah,
cool
I only
shit
do
in it.
sports games because I'm a jock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about this article for a second. It has this tone, and I didn't really read it. I skimmed through it while looking for shit to fill in the notes with. Is this idea that, you know, it says right here, like, as politicians in Washington slash budgets and break promises, local governments are forced to pick up the pieces. I really don't like this idea that local politicians are somehow like, oh, you know, those are the heroes. Those are the people that actually work with, you know, individuals, and they care about people. They're not the showmen like the big time politicians.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, they are. They're just unsuccessful.
Yeah, but I feel like
They're all trying to be the same kind of fucking
yeah,
guy.
they want to be those guys. But
It's bullshit.
I feel like the city, like New York, like Wyoming is like 500,000 people. Like New York is like 8 million, 9 million people. It's
Is
a
it that many
huge
now?
job. It's a huge.
So
I mean,
what you're
like,
saying is we got to kill some of these people.
yeah, I'm saying we need to get down to Wyoming size. No, I mean like
You know what I like to call it? Wyoming. You know? Why would
yeah,
you live
like
there?
why?
Take that.
Actually, it's very nice there.
I bet it is.
Yeah, but yeah,
Where's-
I mean
where's
it's crazy
Bismarck?
when you go out to the Rockaways.
What is that, North Dakota?
That's
Yeah,
North
I think so.
Dakota.
That's supposed to be real nice. It's a booming town. That's like the cryptocurrency of town.
Well, that's because the natural gas,
Something like that.
thing. Yeah, apparently, like there's no women up there,
Yeah.
and rent is like for like a studio is like $5,000
So
a
it's
month.
perfect for guys, dude.
Hell
no
yeah.
girls at all. No girls allowed. I'm moving
Well,
to North
women
Dakota.
go up there and make a ton
AKA
of shit.
David Barton Gym.
Women make a shit ton of money going up there to strip, apparently, because these guys have like they get paid like in.
How about
like,
a
Oh
gay
yeah,
state?
Alaska's supposed to be like that too.
what?
That's my future for America. Is
A
that
gay
each,
state?
each state is its own identity. You know?
Yeah.
Every identity gets its own
What
state.
state do you think is going to be the gay one?
California. Well, I guess they're all of them are going to fight for California. They're all going to want it. But white gay men will probably take California.
You think white gay men?
and then
will
they're going to
take
rename it David Barton Gym. And then they're going to turn the entire state into a giant locker room. There's going to be like 2 or 3 Bowflexes. And that's the gym. That's the gym that can really have.
it? Yeah, you were telling me that yesterday, but the idea of 2 male lovers on a Bowflex straddling one another.
They had a Bowflex in our old
It's
apartment
so
where
funny.
me and Jake used to live. There
You
was
guys had a Bowflex?
There was a Bowflex in the weight room before Joe got into lifting and made the management company spend $30,000 on personal workout equipment for Joe.
I always
And
thought
he
it'd be funny if like your roommate goes out of town for the weekend, you just like he comes back and there's a Bowflex in the living room.
Well,
like you
that
can't
happened,
literally
dude.
do
my
Yeah,
anything.
there was a
apartment.
Bowflex in the break room, and Joe went in there one time, and 2 of those like tiny Mexican guys were sharing it.
I think those are all Guatemalan dudes.
Well, okay.
The ones that would like jack off on the computer and shit.
the editorial Mexican.
All right, the catch-all.
Yeah, the large Mexican at large Guatemalan.
I did see at Prospect Park a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they were sharing it like they were on in a canoe.
yeah. Like they were acrobats
Yeah,
that
like they
jump
were
all over each other
practicing
and shit.
rowing back to Guatemala. in the boat. This is how we will get home. I like the idea of like illegal immigrants that don't want to be here. They accidentally got on the wrong truck and like wound up in America. And
Yeah, like when
they
you
think
fall
they're
asleep
still
on the
in-
train.
Yeah, they think they're still in Mexico. How come nobody speaks Spanish in this part of Mexico?
Yeah.
We were laughing the other day about those guys. It's like, who's fucking these guys? Because they don't have sex, right?
No, they've always got like the
who's
same little
fucking
like
the Home Depot parking lot guys?
they've always got the same like little portly like meek
4'9"
brown woman who like they
sweatsuits.
like dance like to fucking Tejano shit together at like restaurants and shit, and then they have like kids by the time they're like 23.
Oh yeah, they have kids mad young.
Yeah. No, they've always got them. They're always way too shy to say anything around like any other people. And they're always like, I just work with a lot of these dudes, and they're always waiting outside, to
The
go
wives?
off and do whatever the fuck they do after work. Those people have oddly like conservative lives. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah, they're all like Christian.
Yeah.
They're all like Catholic. They're tiny Catholics.
They're small cats.
Yeah. Los catolocitas.
Yeah, that's the word in Spanish.
Catolocicletes. Chiclets.
They don't have
That's where the word comes from.
Yeah, chiclets is tiny Catholics. It's tiny Mexican Catholics.
So they just have kids at 18 and then work for 40 years and then die.
Yeah, well, I think the idea is you work and you make a bunch of money here, and then you fucking bring it back home, and the exchange rate makes you like kind of like loaded when you get back there. You send it back to your family.
Are their wives here? Their wives are back in Guatemala.
I don't know, because I don't. My Spanish sucks, so I'm getting half the story from these guys. But I'd imagine that they have wives here and back home. Why wouldn't you not?
Are other
that'd be cool.
people?
I used to work with 2 Peruvian guys that were like 16, and both of them had children back in Peru.
Yeah.
And
That's cool.
They were like from America. They would just go visit Peru. They're like, yeah, dude, you just go like cum in girls.
Yeah, it's legal here. You don't have to wear a condom.
Right. The only consequence is they have a picture in their wallet to show girls here. They're like, yeah, this is my son.
Because they think it'll help you get laid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he's my life, dude.
This is my son.
I went to
everything.
What's his name? Oh shit! Man, I knew what his name was, but fuck.
What happened was?
That's
what had
crazy.
happened?
You know what's funny? It's funny that you asked me what his name was because, like, I swear to God, I was saying his name like 2 hours ago. I was saying his name, and I was remembering
happened?
what his name was and shit. But like right now, like seriously, like. I don't know. Maybe it's because my blood sugar is low or something. Maybe I have like a pretzel or something. I'm going to go to Wetzel's Pretzels, and when I see you tomorrow, I'm going to tell you what my son's name is.
It's Wetzel. This is his name.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. My son's name is Wetzel Pretzel, and my daughter is Charlotte Ruse. And then I got another son named Charming Charlie. I love that women's clothing store, Charming Charlie.
I don't know that.
Anytime it's a women's clothing store, they sell purses and dumb shit that women like, bags and fucking those bracelets that make too much noise.
Yeah.
Bangles.
Is that what they're called?
I believe so.
He wears them. Adam wears
I don't
them.
wear them.
He wears them, which is
You're
going to say is an
looking at me
insult,
right
but
now.
in his African culture, that's
That is cool.
the Waziri gets to wear all the women's clothes.
Yeah, he got a
Waziri?
bangle
Where
around
do you
his
even get
neck
this
that makes
word
his
from?
neck shorter.
I got it from your fucking culture, you piece of shit. That's by reading about. I Googled ways to hurt an African's feelings, and then I wrote all those down to say to you.
And for those listening, Adam is dressed like Dhalsim from Street Fighter right now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Well, Jake is dressed like a black bok ninja. Like an Antifa.
a black Bach ninja. Wow, you
black
got
Bach.
him, dude.
Damn.
Take that, you communist.
Yeah,
my feelings.
Yeah,
Damn.
fucking
You
ninja.
socialist layabout.
You are.
That'd be
Fuck
cool
you.
if
Anyhow, Charming
Antifa
Charlie,
started
it's this
dressing
women's
like...
clothing store. And why that place, the name sounds to me, I just think of like a slave, like a house slave.
It does sound like a minstrel show.
It does.
Yeah, Charming Charlie.
Yeah. I was just lining up these bangles for you, ma'am.
It's a tap
I'll
dancing
just
type
get you
name.
these bangles in this tiny little purse.
Purse.
We got the smallest little purse. This is the most expensive for you. Fat women welcome. Come on in. Hi, ma'am. I see you're morbidly obese today. Can I help you find some bangles for your fat wrists? You need to fire this man. Well, actually, he's a slave, so there's no reason to fire him.
Can't fire him.
You know what? That would actually be one thing that would be better if slavery still existed is you wouldn't have to, if you were a slave, you wouldn't have to be a good customer service guy, right?
Well, yeah, my friend told me that...
Because it's not like it would be a bird. That's like an asset for the company,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, my friend told me that, or Max was telling me the other day that...
Like, I feel like it would be easier to be a slave at Jimmy John's than a minimum wage employee at Jimmy John's.
Yeah, the prospect of being able to leave is the worst part.
Yeah. I mean, working at Jimmy John's and having to deal with that, like, we have fun here, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I would gladly sacrifice the $7 an hour I was making at Jimmy John's if it meant that they just hit me every once in a while and I could curse and spit in the food and not have any, I mean, that was
doesn't
just my
make
life.
any sense to me.
It makes plenty of sense.
No, have you ever worked there?
Yep.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Jimmy John's sucks dick, dude.
Why would it suck any less if you were a
Because
slave?
it's one of those places where you have to be excited about making sandwiches for fucking, people on their lunch break.
Yeah.
I always feel like I get like really annoyed and / feel bad for like the fat gay guy at that kind of place that's like super stoked about working at Jimmy John's.
Dude, I had a fucking...
He's just doing a fucking twirl and a dance and he fucking loves it there.
I had a coworker when I worked at Jimmy John's who like he had like a really like he just kept alluding to this like really dark fucking thing that happened to him in the recent past, and he was like clearly big, huge, tall gay man who's like. And he was always talking about how he used to be a cake decorator until it happened, like until something happened. Yeah. And he was clearly coked up. So he's like this methed out cake decorator at the mall. And that was like, his life was going great.
The thing that happened is he got sued by a Christian family for not making the cake for them.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, discrimination can work in both ways.
That's going to happen, dude. We're not far away from it. There's going to be a gay baker that gets owned by some Christian family.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Somebody was DMing me something. I get a notification on my watch.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
I also worked
It is pretty cool. So suck my dick.
That's cool, dude, that you have that on your wrist.
Well, Jimmy John himself was a pedophile.
Yeah, he was. He was one of the first prominent pedophiles in
That's
American
why that
society.
stupid fucking name.
Yeah.
This one's the prosciutto diddler. It's our first sandwich. Is the mozzarella and dry roasted Roma tomato special.
Is Jimmy John's one of those places you can get the bread?
First of all, pedophile Jimmy John's is just Subway. We should get that out of there.
That's true.
Well, you're looking for the joke there. That's the answer, folks. No, I feel like we were talking about something we got off. Oh, how's the Surge, by the way?
Oh, it's delicious. It just tastes like sugar water with a little bit of lemon lime.
Those are the ingredients.
I mean, it tastes like a Sprite, but like if it wasn't thinned down enough with water or something. It tastes good. Tastes like a neon yellow sludge.
It's like Mountain Dew?
Yeah, kind of. It's supposed to be like jacked full of caffeine and make you go crazy, but I don't feel that much different.
Yeah, like Surge is like electricity.
Yeah.
Whoa, cool. Okay.
Well, folks, summer's over. It's fall weather now.
It's gonna be okay.
Time for the best clothes to wear. Fall's the best clothing.
Don't you want to ask me as the most fashionable person on the podcast?
No, you dress like a woman.
I don't dress like a woman.
You dress like Dulcine.
You're wearing bangles. You're wearing jewelry.
I'm not wearing any jewelry.
You got a hoop earring.
Except for my ear.
I'm wearing fucking jewelry. Nah, crew necks or jackets. Crew necks have been a staple in my rotation for a while.
You can wear both at the same time.
Nah, that makes you look like an asshole.
No, it doesn't. If you wear a jacket over a crew neck sweatshirt, that's a normal look.
Nah, it's stupid.
Why is that stupid?
Jacket over a hoodie. Now that's cool. Fingerless gloves, knee pads.
No, you know what's cool?
That's a classic fall look.
You're just describing Casey Jones from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, dude.
Built
cricket
hoodie.
bat. Friend that's like a weird turtle man. We talked about it before, but I don't know if we've discussed this, Jake. My favorite thing about the Ninja Turtles is that, like, they're all from California except for, like, Raphael, who's from, like, Bayside.
Yeah. It doesn't make any
They're
sense.
all like, Cowabunga, dude. Having, like, surfs up. And then one of them's like, where the fuck is the fucking pizza? You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, he's doing stand-up in the 90s and shit.
Yeah.
If I got that fucking Chinese guy. I love how the movie starts with them, like, ripping off a delivery guy.
Yeah, that's so rude.
Yeah, they're just pieces of shit. They're like 30 minutes or it's free. It's like you live in the trash. You're
expecting this guy to go down a sewer.
Yeah.
Get a
just
job,
slip
bitch.
the pizza through the grate. And it's like, okay, first of all, we all know that no grate in New York City has a slot that big.
Yeah, it's
There's no way
true.
you could slip a pizza.
You gotta
Also,
you gotta
If you turn
open
the
grate.
box sideways, it would fuck up the pizza. You fucking turtle cunt. You fucking piece of shit turtle cunt.
So the turtles came from California
They
to
came
New
from-
York City?
No, they lived in the sewer. What's his name? The
Splinter.
rat. Splinter was
Raiden.
from Japan.
Yeah.
Splinter was a Japanese
Oh,
rat.
Yeah, he's got that old Japanese man voice.
Yeah, and his trainer,
Oh,
his
turtles.
owner Yoshi something
Turtles.
was killed by Shredder. And so that's why Splinter hates Shredder. And then that green shit turned them into turtles, and it
Mutants.
also turned Splinter into, the big rat.
He was just a normal Asian guy?
He was a normal Chinese or Japanese rat.
Japanese guy.
Yeah. So to escape the fate of becoming Japanese cuisine, he turned
became a
into
rat man.
turned into a rat man, a Japanese rat man that teaches the turtles, kung fu or whatever.
I think it's just general martial arts.
But what doesn't make sense is like that, so they're mutants, but presumably that just turns them into people, and it's like they're just people that live in the garbage. I don't understand where they got swords and shit. It's not like they have any extra ability. Splinter doesn't know how to do anything other than karate.
My favorite is when they put on the dusters and the fedoras and go out into society.
That's
and
just
no one-
Raphael when he's pissed.
Raphael does that? No one else does that?
Maybe Donatello or something.
I think they all
I thought it was
got it.
just Raphael going out.
With their 3 fingers?
He's pissed and he has to have, I'm having my fucking night out, you fucking piece of shit. Don't fucking bother me, Splinter. I'm going through turtle puberty. That's, because they're teenage, so like Raphael's pissed off
They're
about
moody.
his weird turtle dick growing turtle hair.
They never...
How are they teenage? And why are they human? Because the ooze should theoretically just turn them into bigger turtles, but it turns them into like people
Turtle
with like a
people.
Well, we don't know the
puberty
contents
human
of
body.
the ooze. Actually, I can tell you exactly what's in ooze right now. It's carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, maltodextrin, citric acid, animal semen, orange juice concentrate, potassium benzoate,
What
plant
kind of
semen,
animal?
potassium citrate, caffeine, the same kind you drink, Adam. Same kind of animal cum you drink.
Sweet.
Yeah, I got you.
That's not even a
Folks,
good...
I think it's safe to say that I got him. Once
didn't
again,
get me.
Adam has been got
You didn't
by
get me at all.
admitting to eating the cum of animals. You know what I'm excited for? Pumpkin pie, folks. Every year I tell myself I'm going to make a pumpkin pie, and I don't do it. And I ask myself, why don't I do this? Why don't I make the pumpkin pie? And it's because I'm not living in the moment. And this is part of our new Zen series called Just Make the Fucking Pie. Sorry, the cat's throwing up. Just make the damn pie, you fat bitch. Stop eating candy bars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm doing? This is sort of in the same vein. I was thinking the other day about how they have all these fitness places like CrossFit. They have to brand for men by being like, it's only 1% of people are tough enough to not be gay to step into this fucking gym and deal with real boot camp the way the Marines did. You could have been a Marine, but instead you went to college and became a pussy-ass office boy with bitch tits and acne on your tits. Well, you're going to fucking lose them and become tough by doing... We got Russian Olympic, lifters that have been on steroids since they were 6. Their
Yeah,
entire families
doing
were sex
demos.
trafficked, and you can pay the low price of $3,200 for a single session seminar with Yasha Jeluzhinovich, who fucking hates you, doesn't speak your language,
Yeah.
and he's going to show you how to throw a barbell over your head. One of those places, those kind of gyms. But you do like a Zen motivation, but branded for guys. Like Diamond Dallas Page's like yoga for guys,
yeah.
but it's Zen for guys. So it's like daily affirmations where it's like, wake up, breathe easy, don't be a pussy. Today your goal is stop acting like a pussy bitch. But it's okay if you are a pussy bitch, Just make the small changes to not be a complete limp-wristed, ineffectual beta male by breathing in.
Yeah.
And then just letting all that shit go.
And this is a gym you're describing?
No, it's
Yeah, you were at first you were saying this was going to be a gym.
It's in the same vein as the gym. The
But
gym
what is
idea
it?
was a ballet studio that I came up with called Bal Not Gay, and it's for tough guys.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Dance.
that was the idea.
That's cool.
No input, nothing on that. Okay, cool. We'll move
kinda
on.
lost where you were going.
I don't know, like what? Like first you started off as describing a gym, then you described a sort of a Tony
You
Robbins.
run with it. Yeah, you have to have input. It's a podcast. I say things.
I mean,
you
what do
respond
you
to
want?
it. You don't sit there in silence, twiddling your thumbs and staring at the cat like a fucking invalid.
I wasn't staring at any cat.
You were staring directly into the cat's eyes.
When
Wondering why the cat
what
was
is your
so much
concept
stronger
of
than you.
when we're allowed to speak? We constantly are trying to.
There's a big difference
give
between
input.
interrupting and I'm finished talking.
Constantly,
now
I'm
you
trying
can
to
say
give
something.
input. We're trying to tell a story. You cut me off.
I've not cut
And
off
then-
Jake once.
Well, because Jake
And I'm
is
not
a
cutting
guest.
you off. You
What?
interject shit, and then I prevent you from doing that.
No, I don't interject anything. You
How
cut me
about
off
pumpkin
constantly.
pie? I gave you plenty of opportunity to talk
You
about
constantly
pumpkin pie.
cut me off.
Yeah, where were you
And
with
then,
the
like,
riff on the pumpkin pie?
Where was I on the pumpkin pie riff? No,
Pumpkin
because you
spice
moved
lattes.
on. You moved on from pumpkin pie
Pumpkin
to this
spi-
idea of
Pumpkin spice
of a
lattes.
daily affirmation for men, where you say, "Don't be a bitch today" or something.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
It's okay to be a bitch, but don't be one.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
and then that was the slot. That was the 5 seconds I had to interject.
Where
and because
were
I-
you?
And because I
Why
didn't
didn't you-
even
why
know
didn't you
that's
get
what
in
I
there?
was expected of me. I tried to interject
Where's
3
your
bits
improv
ago.
background?
I've been doing this new thing when I edit the show where I use this automated filter that'll remove silence.
Yeah.
And then it strips the audio file of all silence from the individual tracks so I can see who's contributing and who's interjecting.
Yeah.
And I have the raw data on you.
Yeah.
And I could compile statistics from it.
What's my data?
You legitimately only interrupt people.
That's not true at all.
90% of the time that you're speaking, it's while interrupting somebody. I can show you the file.
Between the two of us, you interrupt me 10 times more than I interrupt you.
And
It's not even interruption. It's
take-
not even
We got to
interruption.
introduce a sort of talking stick on this show because you really just don't understand. I thought things were going.
I love
smoothly.
this. I love this. You're literally describing what you do to me as what I do to you.
When have I ever interrupted you? I literally have never done it. I really have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways, pumpkin pie. It's the best pie. Probably right after New York cheesecake.
That's not a pie.
Yeah, it is.
Why? It doesn't have a pie crust. It's not
The
filled.
cheesecake absolutely has pie crust.
It's got a like a graham cracker base bottom,
Like a
but it's not
pie.
a pie. But it's not filled. A pie has a crust and it's
Please
filled.
fill this man's inbox with hate over that foolish comment that cheesecake is not pie.
Cheesecake is not a pie.
No, it's a fucking pie.
It's a cake
called
only in
cake.
name.
It's all that shit. Yeah, it's all over the place. Like when people say pizza pie, that's not a pie. It's a pizza. Mm-hmm. You fucking wop moron.
Yeah, I never call it a pie. That's
Yeah.
an East Coast affect.
Having it for dessert.
I call it a pizza.
I'm gonna make that pumpkin pie.
You're gonna make that pumpkin pie.
I'm gonna do it, dude. I'm gonna make pumpkin pie this year.
Let's go back to the list.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're on our third block here, so
All right, C
we're getting-
block.
We're getting through it, but we have some leftovers. Do you see this thing about branded teachers in the Silicon Valley?
No, what's
No.
that?
There's like teachers that have their own personal brand or whatever, and they get sponsorship from like tech companies.
What?
That
Like-
really
like a
is the worst
NASCAR?
place in the fucking world.
It's the absolute worst place. in
Silicon
America.
Valley, it's all like just sanctimonious fucking retards.
It's nerds that are
It's
doing
nerds.
sexual harassment.
Nerds that are sexually harassing each other with their
Yeah.
shitty companies and all this personal branding bullshit. And then the resistance. That's the other half of it, is people that are resisting.
With
What
apps.
happened
We did a
Yeah.
demonstration against Nazis at Golden Gate Park. 80 million people showed up, and there wasn't a single Nazi there.
Yeah.
We did it.
What is
Yeah.
it? What is?
We held
I
the
completely
candle or some
ignored the
shit.
Google thing. What happened there? Some guy wrote a memo and they said
he
it was
wrote a
racist.
memo. He's like, "Women aren't as smart as men. Here is a chart describing a woman's brain, and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
my sources." And
Well, yeah,
people
it's
are
all
like,
fucking
"We
nerds.
need to fire this man. Get him fired.
Yeah.
Fire everyone that shared this. We need to fire. Everyone should be fired. That whole thing. And it's like, just ignore it.
He's a computer engineer?
He's just some fucking computer
He's
guy.
a pale dork that
doesn't
makes
know-
the things that we use to jack off on the internet. It
Right.
doesn't matter what he thinks about anything,
100%.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. Is he even in charge of hiring anybody?
No.
Then
Was
shut
he
up.
a boss of anyone?
Then shut up.
I don't know.
It doesn't fucking matter. Let him have his stupid personal
Boring.
opinion.
Yeah.
Who cares? Russian hacking. That's still going on. Times article about how it was way worse than we thought it was. And I read the article and I couldn't really figure out what they were talking about.
I tried. I saw like
They're like, yeah, no, there's a lot of people
News
that were
alert.
saying this seems like hacking. And then
If they-
we
if
asked
they
the
had-
companies and they said, doesn't seem like it's hacking to us. But of course they're going to say that because they want to protect their, it's like there's
If they had
just
anything
nothing.
it's
on
all
that,
speculative.
There's never any new
Yeah.
information with this Russian hacking.
it would be
bullshit.
like huge news if they had anything. Every single time it's like a headline. It's like,
yeah.
well,
Well,
think we may have something new.
probably
And then the body of the fucking article is, well, we don't, but
Yeah.
what if we did?
Why the Russian hacking thing is worse than all of them is because it's like it's all speculation from like elderly liberals who
Yeah.
are like,
Don't
when I
understand
started
computers.
my iPhone yesterday, there was a beep that I don't normally hear, and I called the Genius Bar immediately,
Yeah.
and I was haranguing the young, overweight black man or woman, I couldn't tell, who works there about it, but I'm pretty sure it's the Russians.
Yeah.
It's Donald Trump hacking into my Fitbit that I have no need for because I'm dying.
Oh, man. One time I was in fucking...
It's just for these shitty liberals that are already afraid of computers to be even more afraid of computers.
I was in Portland one time, and I was reading this dumb fucking Chuck Palahniuk book where he wrote like a guide to the cities. He's
Which
from
one?
there.
All of them?
I mean, that guy fucking sucks.
Got him.
Was it
Nice.
written on a toilet paper roll? Because
Yeah.
that's what I think.
'Cause, yeah, you should wipe your ass with it. I mean, he's a bad author.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure.
about a guy that fucking gets
Jacks off.
he does his own circumcision and then he cuts off homeless guys' foreskins and sews them back onto his, and then somehow he goes to the doctor and then he falls in love with the doctor that has to do the circumcisions, and he goes from doctor to doctor.
And then the book's called "What Women Want." I fucking went to this. In the book, there's like this guide to like you can call this phone number and go visit this weird ass woman that lives in the woods that built this thing called the self-cleaning house. She died like a few months ago.
Yeah.
And she built this like dumb
How
house.
about this? The bitch cleaning house. That's where I want to live. Make the bitch clean the house. Good Lord. Good Lord, I am horny. That's my new black comic catchphrase.
Oh, man.
Thank the Lord, my dick is hard.
You go to her house and she built this house in like the, fucking 40s or some shit to be in like a World's Fair. And it's just like this dumb house that's covered in plastic. And she would throw soap in the chimney and then turn on all these sprinklers and then like there's like wipers come out and shit. And so you're supposed to go see this weird woman's like a weird house, and you talk to her and she just
I got to pay royalties to Warner Brothers every time you do
Yeah.
a song.
That's kind of fucked up, Jake. You're a guest.
interesting. Okay. I'm good. I'm glad you do.
Yeah, you did the fucking
fucking
factory
expensive.
Looney Tunes song. Great, dude.
Yeah, it's called, it's got a name like Power Bottom or something.
You know
Yeah,
that's
that's what
coming
it
out of
is.
Stop's cut. I think that's only fair.
But she has dementia, and she's just devolved into like talking about how the Russians are trying to steal the plans for her dumb fucking self-cleaning house, and just like, eyes are all fucking loopy all over the place. And
Why
like,
would Russians want to clean their house? They love grime and to be exposed to chemicals.
yeah.
If there's
'Cause
one thing Russian people love, it's ballet and being irradiated.
Nick has tremendous respect for the Russian people.
Only the strong female.
Only the power lifter.
Yeah,
The strong
only
women.
Julia Vins, my dear wife. My
Your
beautiful wife,
beautiful-
Muscle Barbie. Okay, we're going to jump ahead into the next segment here and say, time be damned. The September 11th anniversary is coming up again. You guys got any plans?
Yeah, it's Funny Moms. It's the first Funny Moms for the bi-monthly schedule. So yeah, please come to the show.
It seems like it was only a year ago that it was the last September 11th.
Yeah, it does feel that way.
Yeah.
It's funny how
Yeah.
that works.
What's the play here?
What's the play? Do you think? What if they did the Freedom Tower the same way
If they did it,
by plane?
hats off.
Yeah, that would be a fool me twice situation.
Yeah. It's our fault. Our bad.
It would sort of be like Return of the Jedi, you know?
Where they do the same thing. There's just a different.
That would be a
There's
great
different
one of those
Death Star.
like those inter-episodic Star Wars one-offs, like Rogue One, of just like the Death Star guy in between Empire Strikes Back and
The
Return of the
architect?
Jedi. That's like, what are the odds they're going to blow up another Death Star? Please, just give me the goddamn budget. I guarantee you, this one is going to be perfect. They're not gonna find a way into this Death Star,
Except for this one small weak point
yeah.
that they can exploit, and I'm sure they'll never figure it
Rogue
out.
One was great. That was like the best Star Wars movie.
That was the
movie
one.
kicked ass.
Everybody dies. It's bleak. The girl's
Yeah,
hot.
it was cool. That guy Ip
The
Man
girl's
was in
hot.
it.
She's not like cute. She's hot in like a worn out, kind of
Yeah,
way.
she's
Yeah.
like fights.
Yeah.
Fighter hot.
She thought she's like one of those girls that thought it'd be cool to get a bartending job at 30 or 23, and then it's like, oops, I'm
Stuck there
a
until
decade.
40,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Just smoking and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is that so fucking hot? man?
I'm on break. Yeah, one of those girls. Just Stephanie.
coughing.
She's like, hey, just the way she says, "Hey," she's she's down.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know? Yeah, we can fuck, I guess. I don't know. You have Netflix? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I get it. My dad's racist.
He was murdered by stormtroopers. Now I work at TGI Fridays.
Yeah. Oh, I know Blake.
Yeah, they all know Blake, man.
Oh, yeah, Stephanie, she's great.
Yeah, we
That girl-
banged.
Yeah, no, her dad blew up the Death Star or something. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, she sucks, but her dad was pretty cool, I guess. She's got those daddy issues. Those daddy killed by Darth Vader daddy issues.
You got to find a girl whose dad was killed by fat stormtroopers. That's how you get them. Because they're in love with the stormtrooper that killed their dad.
I'm imagining a bunch of stormtroopers, and then one of them just doesn't have sleeves. It has the bare arm. It's a
Beard's coming out the bottom of his
just
fucking
weird,
helmet.
like psoriasis scars all over his head. What's up, dude? Just a bandana hanging
Fat
out
guy.
of one of the joints. Just a fucking like a rag over the shoulder. Oh man, Billy! Oh, Billy's great.
He's just taking off his stormtrooper shirt and shotgunning beers and shit. Just wearing the pants. The white plastic pants.
Oh fuck, Blake's a funny guy. I wanted to do a segment on Aunt Jemima. A lot of people haven't seen Aunt Jemima throughout history. But she used to be a lot more racist. They've kind of
Like
toned
a-
it
I
down.
feel like every
Blackface kinda
mascot for
situation?
food used to be super racist.
Oh yeah, dude.
They just slowly reformed them.
Yeah, they all kind of got better. Uncle Ben's is finally coming around. He's a real uncle now. He's now
got a
Sheriff
nephew.
David Clark is the new Uncle Ben. But I was trying to Google it, and I found this article about Aunt Jemima throughout history, and the first line in this is an article from 5 years ago, but it was funny to me. First line: David Pilgrim has spent decades collecting racist pictures, signs, and knickknacks. Now he's sharing his collection with the world.
Is he supposed to be a hero in this story?
Well, you don't know that he's a black guy until later on in the article, but there's a new racism museum, which I like to call Jay Leno's garage. Folks, yeah, folks, have you heard about this? It's my garage. It's as I like to call it, the new racism museum. Folks,
That segment where he points out typos in the newspaper, but it's just the country Niger. He's like, well, look at this.
Yeah.
They left out the G.
A couple of Nigers. Oh, what? Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, they got a racism museum. Now, at some of these, is it racist or like the cream of wheat guy? That's just a black man. Oh, wait, no, I didn't read the words underneath his face.
What does the word say?
Maybe cream of wheat ain't got no vitamins. I don't know what them things is. If they's bugs, they ain't none in cream of wheat. But she's so good to eat and cheap. causes about goddamn. America used to be so funny. It's really no coincidence that we developed stand-up comedy immediately after they made racism illegal. Because there was a need for it. People are like, where are we going to get our humor? We don't have racism anymore. We need something funny. And the Jews are like, what about I just don't understand things? I go on stage and I say, a calendar, what is that? And people laugh at it.
Yeah, that's
and
basically
that
how
was
it
sort of
started.
the pattern for 80 years. And now stand-up comedy is like, white men? Psh, I don't think so. And then there's a standing ovation for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm on, like, Tinder, but like, am I? I don't know. Anyway,
comedy fucking sucks right now.
comedy is
Sucks so bad.
fucking terrible, dude. I did a show the other night, and like, it's no fault of the comics. I mean, they're writing jokes that are, they're working, and it's like technically how comedy's supposed to work, but I sit there and it just does absolutely nothing for me.
I can't laugh at it anymore.
Whatever. People know that about me. I'm not going to go into that. The Jim Crow Museum of Racist Memorabilia, which opens April 26th at the Ferris University. You think that has anything to do with Ferris Bueller's
I
Day
wonder.
Off?
Jim Crow, that's the guy who draws Garfield?
Yeah. Yeah. That would be
Who
great,
was
man.
Jim Crow? Why do they call it the Jim Crow laws?
Jim Croce, dude. Big bad Leroy Brown.
That's what that song was about.
yeah. Big bad Leroy Brown, keep him away from my damn wife. Meaner than old King Kong, and he looks like him too. That was funnier than you gave it credit for. Adam.
I thought it was good.
You were trying to come up
Leroy
with your own
Brown.
riff. You didn't laugh about that.
I wasn't trying to come up with my own riff. I was
Museums are
paying
bullshit,
attention.
folks. Except the Air and Space Museum. That one's pretty
That museum
sweet.
sucks. Dude.
I know. It's for babies.
Yeah, it really does suck.
Yeah, but you can touch the exhibits, which makes it good.
Yeah, you can't touch the rockets and shit. That is pretty.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
They should rename it the Werner von Braun Museum. Put up a bunch of pictures
After
of
the
him
Nazi.
as a Nazi. That's the Werner von Braun I
Yeah.
respect.
Which other Nazis did we bring over? I only ever heard of von
Albert
Braun.
Einstein,
He was a
Oppenheimer. Yeah, he was. Sigmund Freud.
Karl Marx.
Yeah. Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, he was a Nazi. No, there's a couple of them.
He's the first American Nazi. You know that big Nazi
Richard
rally they had?
Feynman. Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King, yeah.
Malcolm X.
Yeah.
The first Nazi in America, like the official Nazi party, was named Heinz Spanknobler.
And it's they meet and they would discuss how to get ketchup out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you spank the bottom
Do you
of the
do
bottle?
the spank or do you do the knife and like the twirl around of the knife?
Sure.
That
Which
always
one do you
works.
do? Jerry Seinfeld was a Nazi.
What do you do? That wouldn't surprise me, actually.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinheim.
I love that Jerry Seinfeld's now like one of those like, I can't do colleges anymore because of the safe spaces.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
who's getting offended by your comedy?
Your fucking bullshit about telephones and shit.
Yeah.
No, they're just offended at what he thinks. It's not the shit out of the jokes.
I was trying
Yeah.
to do a great bit about fax machines
Yeah.
the other day. And
You cut the coupon, but then it's already cut. What do you do? You cut. How are you going to cut it again? But water balloon. How about what?
This is hate speech.
Yeah. This is
Not on my campus.
I can't. The
It's like
SJWs
both
are
parts
out
of that
together.
equation suck
Yeah.
so hard. The
SJWs.
fucking students
How are you
are
gonna be a-
aliens.
social justice warrior. Last time I checked, warriors were people who went to war. War's bad. How are you going to be a good guy if you're going to war? They should be called social justice pacifists, like Gandhi. Ever notice how that sounds like candy?
Yeah, it's true.
I like candy. Hey, where are you going?
It's the safe spaces. They can't take my hardcore brand of outsider comedy.
How about the Safe Space
Yeah.
Museum, huh?
Why is there 2 G's in the word? Shorten it to 1 G. But that's already a country. Just make it the same word. People know who you're talking about.
people from Niger?
Yeah. Donald Trump's tweeting about Hillary's emails again. I
Hell
like it.
yeah.
Play the hits, baby. Let's bring
Yeah,
it
free
back.
bird.
You know what? The
dude.
biggest campaign promise he made? he was going to fucking hire a special prosecutor
Lock
to
her
lock her
up.
ass up. Do that shit, dude. I think that should be the panic button option for Trump. As soon as he sees this like Russian investigation,
He's
revealing
throwing Hillary
something,
in jail.
Fucking put her ass in jail.
Lock
dude.
her up.
I would love that shit.
Lock her up.
Sentence her to death. You pardon. You know. You know
Jared?
what you do?
Pardon Hitler.
Secretly hire somebody to beat up Hillary Clinton in a parking lot, and then pardon them. Pardon them when they're
In like a Nancy Kerrigan style attack.
Yeah. I don't think Trump knows how to secretly do anything, though, man. He's got to be like the guy with a golden...
I want to have a press conference. I just want to congratulate myself. Last week, I secretly hired a man to beat up Hillary Clinton in a parking garage, and it came off total success, complete success. Nobody had any idea who was behind it, and I'm pardoning the man who did it. So I'm also pardoning myself, which I'm allowed to do. You can't stop me. I'm creating a pardon. I'm an executive order that says Sheriff Joe Arpaio is now president, and he's going to pardon me. Sort of a I scratch your back, you scratch your back sort of situation. Blade Runner HDR is coming out. Who's excited?
That's pretty cool.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna do a little bit of Surge and watch that movie.
Have you seen that?
yeah.
Have you been to that museum in Astoria, the moving image?
No, I don't go to museums.
They have
talked about that already.
so you know how like all CGI used to be models, like Star Wars and stuff.
Ooh,
It was
I'm
like
a model. I'm
Shut
a
up.
CGI model. Look at me
Shut up.
coming down the runway.
You say
They
you want
have
to
the
fuck
building.
C-3PO? That's what
Yeah.
you're saying, right?
they have the building
Stick your
from
dick in
Blade
his golden
Runner,
ass.
Yeah.
from that opening
What's
sequence.
C-3PO stand for?
C-3PO.
I see 3PO and I eat 3PO. That's what it stands for.
All right.
I
cool.
say 3PO.
How about,
C-3PO.
how about,
say
hey,
3PO.
how about retard D2? Anybody ever call him that?
How?
You know, it's
D2.
funny. You think that, like, after 28 years, I would already be through all of the Star Wars bits about the droids. But every year, I get something new on those two little pieces of shit.
You had
so
a little chunk for a while about the red arm.
Yeah, dude.
C-3PO red
Then when
arm.
Force Awakens came out, C-3PO just had a red arm.
Yeah.
And I was going on stage being like, who's excited to find out what that red arm's about? Oh, boy, talk about a cliffhanger. Where'd he get that red arm?
This is a gay robot.
Stupid shit.
Yeah,
Master
everybody else
Luke,
is so
I'm so
stoked
glad to
about
see
the
you,
rest of the
Master
movie.
Luke. Yeah. Tool review. I want that Milwaukee cordless miter saw. I posted pictures on that bookshelf I made for you in that room of yours.
You posted?
Yeah, I posted.
Where, on Instagram?
Yeah, I posted a progress.
Did people give you positive feedback?
You know what? I got a little bit of it, and I do have a couple of followers that are like a professional
how to work with
general
wood.
contractors, and they didn't say shitty job to me. Now I have to understand
That's
that most
pretty
people
cool.
aren't as mean spirited as I am, so they're probably just humoring me. But I thought I did an okay job on it for having never done corner bead and mudding before on drywall.
It looked really good at the end.
Came out okay. Yeah, but somebody asked me if I had that 9 amp hour
Oh, great job, dude.
extended Milwaukee battery, and I don't. But the Milwaukee miter saw comes with an extra one for free, and those things are like $200 a piece. So you get 2 of those batteries. It's like $400. Brings the cost of the miter saw down to like $100.
Uh-huh.
It's like it pays
Just
for
give
itself.
it to me.
Yeah.
That,
It pays
that's
for
Nick's
itself.
deal corner.
I
for the
want
week.
that's my deal corner. So go to Best Buy and shout promo code Cum Town, and then just walk out of the store with that Milwaukee miter saw.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, folks. We pretty much have been through everything here.
No, we got more stuff, dude. Juicero's going out of
Juicero's going out of business. The new Apple TV is coming out. Will it have pornography? Can you jack off on
God,
it?
I hope so.
That's a
That'd be
question.
cool.
Yeah, Juicero is shutting down. If you don't know what that is, it's a company that makes a $700 Wi-Fi enabled juicer.
Hell yeah.
If you didn't think Silicon Valley was dumb enough, dude, I fucking hate California so much.
The whole place?
The whole fucking place, dude. It's a garbage culture filled with garbage people.
Yeah, okay. Let me tell you some cool stuff
They
from
love
California.
trash. They love turning trash into things.
Bakersfield, California, home of Korn, dude, the band. That's a cool thing in California. Disney's California Adventure theme park.
Florida has the best amusement parks.
Some more things. Hollywood, the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Hollywood Pills, bunch of pillheads.
Oh,
Oh shit, that's like a Marilyn Manson
That's who
album.
lives up there. Hollywood hasn't been cool since the 1940s. Maybe the 1950s or 60s. Celebrities,
was, like, cool.
celebrities fucking suck.
It
They
was
all
cool up in
suck,
the
dude.
canyons when
I was
like
looking at pictures of Mark Wahlberg's house because I sort of patterned my own life after Mark's life.
I can
I
see
feel like
that.
we're very similar.
the hate
Specifically
crimes.
that
the hate,
part, right?
the hate crimes. We're both bodybuilders. We're both from South Boston.
You both got Donnie in your life.
Yeah, we both have a brother named Donnie who's a better actor than us, but is less successful.
You think Donnie Wahlberg's a better actor?
than Mark Wahlberg? Absolutely.
Really? I've never.
We talked about it.
Oh, because you were on Bloods with him. You're on B Bloods.
Yeah,
with him.
I mean we're coworkers.
coworkers.
We co-starred on. I was the star of Blue Bloods, and he was sort of a supporting role. to
Nick
me.
actually played the Tom Selleck role.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm Tom Selleck.
That's the mustache.
Yeah, and my next role, what do with me as I'm only credited as guy with knife, but
What women want to with Tom Selleck is just women sitting on his mustache for 2
When
hours.
somebody rips off his mustache and puts it on their own face.
Oh yeah, giving mustache rides, dude.
yeah, Donnie is a much better actor, dude.
He was in New Kids on the Block.
No, yes, he was. He was in New Kids on the Block, and then Mark Wahlberg was in Marky Mark and the
Funky Bunch. Well, what happened? What? Here's what I'm like. What happened to the Funky Bunch? What happened? Who's in
those
that?
guys?
Yeah, was it black guys?
No.
I mean, the Funky Bunch would imply
Come on, it had
that's
something.
like 90s.
Oh, the Funky Bunch?
racism.
I don't even know. I know the New Kids on the Block, but the rest of them are white guys.
Yeah.
New Kids on the Block were all like from Boston.
All of that
The
music,
Funky Bunch
all
had to
that
have been
music
white.
fucking sucks, dude. It's all that shit is fucking garbage. There's like
Who's arguing that it's good?
rap for everybody that they made in the
Yeah.
early 90s.
Yeah,
It
like
was
Vanilla Ice,
everybody
Hammer.
can rap. White guys, black guys, even teachers or your dad.
Yeah, that's before like crime was part of it.
yeah.
When like rap was just like
Girl, I wanna take you on a date to the mall where we can get funky together in the back of your dad's Nissan, putting my finger in you the way you told me not to, but I did it anyways because I got them crazy fingers. Woo! Yeah. Did it in the dance routine. Crazy fingers.
Yeah.
I can't keep my fingers out of you, girl. That's one thing I love is putting my fingers in you, baby, because I'm 17 and you are 13 and we met at the mall and I've got these fingers here, girl. Those old songs.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
man.
I keep thinking about
yeah, those.
I was trying to do like a boy band, and it's like all the backwards hats, the Guess jeans, denim jackets, two white guys, two black 17-year-olds, and they're all they got their fingers. And
They're just wearing
the fingering crew, the C's backwards for some reason. The fingering crew is doing their European tour.
They're just wearing 13-year-old girls like gloves on their
Girl,
right hand.
when I saw you outside of the movie theater, I knew one thing was gonna happen. And then they do like one thing with their finger, and then it's like, I was gonna finger you. And then they put their finger in they point down. All the dance moves are fingering oriented. It's not one of the bases, so you're still a virgin, girl. I know your dad is Christian, but he's black, so it's kinda in the middle. I'm the fingering crew, and we're gonna finger you. Fingering all afternoon until you have to go to after school. And then your dad picks you up. But shh, don't tell him what you did, cause he's gonna get mad. And then I can't finger you again. It'd be great, dude. That's like the musical act of the year. The Finger
They're
Boys.
just wearing Jordache jeans.
Yeah, exactly.
And fucking Averex shirts.
Mm-hmm. Averex, as I like to call it, cool clothes for homeless guys. Yeah, is you homeless? Do you want some cool ass clothes? Well, check out Averex, baby. Yeah, I live inside of a fucking trash can, but I still need to look fly. That's why I got Averex.
Oh, TV review corner. Did you guys watch the James Franco porn?
No, I put it on, but then I
got
into an argument and I had to turn it on.
Oh, with your girlfriend?
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, not even about the show, about some other bullshit.
I'm sure. Yeah, it was okay. We'll see.
He's kind of annoying.
I think it's cool to have a show. Well, it's not about
What's
porn
bad about
yet.
being annoying? I'm annoying.
It's all about pimps.
That's true.
I think it's cool to be annoying.
Wait, can we talk about pimps for
No,
a second?
shut up. That's the end of the episode.
I have a question. No. I have a question. Why are pimps also like sort of dandy men? You know what I mean? Why do they wear like fancy, like sort of feminine kind of clothes, and they have like kind of like long, sort of girly hair?
Yeah,
and they're
like
like
the
they're
Mask.
foppish men.
Because it's supposed to be like a luxury thing. It's the same thing Trump does.
It's sort of
He's
Trump,
wearing like
Trump
silk
fancies
underwear.
himself like that.
Yeah.
I think it's because they're actually gay.
And they beat women, and they
Yeah, they hate
it's-
women.
It's cool
They
to
hate
beat
women. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not a gay thing to do.
yeah.
If you beat women, that's how you know somebody's a real tough guy.
What's with the gay guys that like?
Dude, I
always
joke
grab
around a lot,
tits?
but if you hit women, if you hurt children or animals, seriously, bro, come at me. Because if there's one thing I can't fucking stand, it's people that are bullies, you know?
Yeah.
Unlike me, a guy that's looking for any excuse to beat up fictional people to cross some threshold in my mind that allows me to be violent towards them.
Yeah.
What I hate is bullies, you know?
Yeah, it's true. I hate bullies too.
That's why it's okay to hurt people that hurt animals. You should always punch a Nazi. It doesn't even matter if they're Nazi. We should find people that I can call a Nazi so I have a way to hurt somebody in a group action. I can be a part of an angry mob that beats somebody up and still feel good about myself.
Well, you've been cornering me for about 30 minutes. This Buffalo Wild Wings talking about your ex-girlfriend. Can I leave? This is me to the fictional character in the bit. This guy's always like, they just talk and talk and talk and talk, and they're just like, and then my dad, when he walked out on my mom, and you're like, wow, you just met like fucking 3 minutes ago.
Those guys are always also bicycle punks.
Yeah, and it's just one big hold me back, bro. They're not actually trying to fight anyone.
Yeah,
they're fighting against people that aren't even in the room. I think. Can we go back to pimps though?
I want to move to China. That'll have to be the next episode, but I'm really thinking about it, dude.
China?
I feel like
Why?
I would thrive in China.
It's all pollution and garbage.
I
guess
love that.
New York
That's
City
what New York
is,
is. It's like an even more hardcore New York. Also, I just love the Chinese.
It's really freaky to
Yeah.
me that
They
there
really
are
are
cities.
the fucking best people in the world.
There are cities with like
They're
15 million
hardworking.
people that we don't
They
even know
have-
the names.
They
of.
have zero culture. Like most of the time, they don't even wear clothes.
they love
They have
smoking.
culture, dude. They have like thousands of years of dynasties and porcelain.
Now
and
they
shit.
erased all that shit in the '60s.
Oh, because of the Cultural Revolution. That's sick.
Yeah, dude, the culture now is just squatting and smoking.
Oh,
Yep.
dude! Yesterday I stole from a. I didn't steal, but I got from a furniture store. I don't know why I said stole. I stole it. I actually did steal it. I stole a small porcelain statue of Chairman Mouse playing the saxophone. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
He would have wanted you to have it.
Yeah.
What's
I
funny
felt
is
it
like
was-
you walk out and then 10 minutes later there's a Chinese family in there and they notice it's missing and they detain the Chinese family and arrest them.
because they
assume that they stole
they
it.
socially or they profile them, racially
Yeah, yeah.
profile them.
Well, we should have ended on the fingering thing, but
Yeah, we should have. That was strong.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could have riffed a little harder on that one, but
Well, let's just do another track from the Finger Boys.
no, let's end the episode because we're at an hour 23. And
Okay, well, it's a little bonus for the boys.
all right. Well, good day to you.
The N word.